The city's annual year in review is 24 pages of information about what your city is up to. 2016 was a great year for Pflugerville. We ranked 12th best place to live in America by Money Magazine for a population of 50,000 to 300,000, and we continue to focus on events and quality of life. From the completion of Pfluger Farm Road to the widening of Heatherwild and Pecan Street, the city has been working hard this year, making Pflugerville where quality meets life. We welcomed many great additions to the city this year, including the Library Fab Lab, Black Locust Park, new parking lot and restroom at Fenwick Park, and the city broke ground on 1849 Park, home of the city's future sports complex. The city also held amazing events, including a Comic-Con at the library, a Pflugerville Book Festival, and hosted the American Veterans Traveling Tribute in Fenwick Park. The police are getting body cameras and IT infrastructure improvements, while community development block grant projects are adding much-needed sidewalks, senior accessibility improvements, and providing scholarships for youth. The city has expanded its social media outreach to Nextdoor and Instagram and is gearing up for 2017. See the city status report from 2016 online at pflugervilletx.gov/2016 Year in Review.
I wish you very much success in your future. You know you always have a family here. You know I'll always be your friend. So we will see each other tomorrow, I'm sure.
For your dedicated service, we want to thank you for the roles that you played within the organization and the leadership that you provided. On behalf of me to you, my friend, thank you so much. God bless you.
Like the 1980s. I was like 12 when you started.
Don't feel bad. That's my daughter wasn't born then.
So this is a plaque that says it's presented to Charles Hooker, and I think it captures the sentiment of all the Williamson County chiefs. It says this is presented to Chief Charles Hooker in sincere appreciation for your many years of dedicated service to our profession, your trusted leadership, and most importantly, your cherished friendship. And I'd just like to thank you for being the type of chief that the rest of us can look up to, and I wish you well.
I have to be very candid with you as well when I say that I have worked in this business for over 30 years, and without doubt, Chuck is the best police chief that I've ever had the opportunity to work with. And so, Chuck, I truly appreciate that as well.
So bear with me, I'll get it out in a minute. Who said that? Thank you, that's what I needed. If there weren't cameras in the room, I'd respond. I tell you, I look at some of these pictures, and I guess my favorite is the one where the officers are sitting in class. And look, oh my gosh, I gotta listen to this guy again. How long is he gonna drone on? You know, it's been a good ride. It's been a long time. Had a blast. You know, I told the press out there, they were interviewing me, that when you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. I've yet to work a day. All right, David, I'm going to try to do what you taught me to do. When you're emotional like this, find the ugliest person in the room and watch me, so I'm going to look at you. It's all about the people on the street. They have direct contact with the public. And those people have to believe in the philosophy of the organization and believe in the community. And the men and women of this police department do that. They asked me if I had any advice for my replacement. Yes, I do. And that advice is to put the community first. We say community and law enforcement working together on our card. We believed that for a lot of years. We believed it when there were just a few thousand in the city, and there's only a few of us. And we kept that philosophy going. I learned that from David. And it works. You know, our job is extremely simple, and I heard this quote years ago. I don't know who to relate it to. It's simply protect the people and do no harm. And if an officer goes out and does that on the shift every day, it's a good shift. And we hope that continues, and that would be my advice for the new chief. And look forward to meeting her and talk to her this afternoon. At 2 o'clock, she'll be in here, and receive her badges in on police chief. And I wish her well. I wish this department great success, and with the support of the community, we'll continue to be successful. Because that's what it takes. It's not us, it's we. It's everybody. That's the best I can do. I apologize for taking so long to get this out. Just so appreciative of having the opportunity to serve this community all these years. Thank you.
Sign up for It's Time Texas. The city of Pflugerville is participating in the It's Time Texas Community Challenge. Pflugerville is fit. Are you? Sign up online at It's Time Texas and help Pflugerville receive a grant for health initiatives.
Why did I want to come to Pflugerville? I wanted to come to Pflugerville because it's a smaller community, it's a smaller department. I came from a larger department in Austin, and it gives me the opportunity to get to know who my officers are and a little bit about their families. When I first came to Austin, we were considered a small city, and then we exploded. And I know that there's a lot of growth coming to Pflugerville, so I'm able to plan ahead and help the department move forward in a manner to achieve what I know is coming down the road, because I've lived it already. I think the citizens of Pflugerville are amazingly supportive of the police department, and I love that. I love that, because that tells me that our officers are doing something right. And you don't hear that all the time. Nationwide, you will hear a lot of criticism about police officers, and what that tells me is that we have a very good foundation here, and I want to build on that excellence and make us better. I've done a department-wide chief's expectation meeting with the entire department, PPD and PISD, and it was basically peeling my onion back a little bit and telling them about me, who I am, what I expect, my philosophy. I believe in teamwork. I believe in empowering those that work with me. I believe in promoting excellence. I believe in holding people accountable and showing transparency. That's very important, because the citizens of Pflugerville entrust us with this badge, and this is a privilege. And if we do something wrong, they should take this away from us. And if we don't know how to hold ourselves accountable, then that means we don't have integrity. And a police officer either has integrity or they don't. And in my book, if you don't have integrity, you're not going to work for me. Law enforcement did not start out being my passion because I didn't have a role model in that. My role models were in teaching and in coaching sports, which is what I got my degree in. And by the grace of God, I was the first in my family to graduate from college. And I thought I was going to coach, I was going to teach. And then working several jobs, going to school through college, because my grandparents raised me, and we didn't have a lot of money. I grew up very poor. I had a job with a security at the mall, and I started working with some officers catching shoplifters, and one thing led to another, and they talked me into joining the police academy in West Texas. So I did that. I was the first female in a class of 13 and graduated, and then you have to take a test. Well, we had a very old-fashioned administrator that didn't think women needed to be in law enforcement. And he made it known by the speech that he gave to us when we were getting ready to take our licensing exam. And I have test anxiety to begin with, and after his very negative speech, and I knew it was aimed at me because I was the only female in the room, I failed my test. And he humiliated me, he embarrassed me, and he walked me out of the office and he said, "You're out of here, you're done, you're gone." He wrote me a check for $600 and told me I knew you couldn't do it. So by now my world is spinning, and I'm going, oh my gosh, I've just gone against my grandfather's wishes. I've just proved him right, and one of my instructors calls me. And he says, "Jessica, what happened?" And I told him, and he goes, "I'm not surprised." He said, "Write this number down in Austin, Texas." So I did. My world was spinning. He goes, "I want you to drive to Austin tomorrow and go retake the test." I said, "But I'm fired. I don't have a job." He goes, "Just listen to me." I said, "Okay." So I drove to Austin the next day. I came and retook the test and I passed it. No problem. But now I needed a job. So I'm asking this man who administered this test to me, I said, "Now what am I supposed to do?" And he said, "Austin's hiring." I think that if there's ever someone out there that you may know, or it might be a young child that thinks that they're interested in law enforcement and they don't have a mentor, I want to be your mentor. Reach out. Get a hold of me. I want to meet you. I'll go to your school. I'll go wherever you're at. But I want you to know that you matter and that your dream matters. And then just like somebody helped me, I'm willing to help you. I am your chief. I am your mentor. I am here for you.
Come to the Pflugerville Animal Shelter to adopt our fat and not so fat cats, as Animal Welfare Services hosts a Fat Cat Fest. On Saturday, you'll weigh your price. The cost of the adoption is the weight up to a maximum of $10. And if you guess the weight within 1/4 pound, the adoption is free. Wear your fun cat sweaters and t-shirts and come for all things feline on Saturday, January 28th. At Tuesday's City Council meeting, Council approved additional funding to support the Trail Gap Development Project, one of the park projects approved by the voters in the 2014 General Obligation Bond election. The additional funds will provide priority trail connections along East Pecan Street and along the Bowles Park Trail. The Trail Gap project has already successfully completed 10 other priority connections citywide that have made an immediate impact on trail connectivity.
Unanimous vote, we have officially appointed Jessica Robledo as the Chief of Police. And so I now have the distinct honor of swearing Chief Robledo into office officially. I've never sworn in a Chief of Police, and so this is a very important moment to me, and I'm very honored to do that.
Thank you.
Chief.
It's our first together, Mayor.
First, there we go. So if you will raise your hand, please, and repeat after me. I, Jessica Robledo,
I, Jessica Robledo,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I am a citizen of the United States and the state of Texas,
I am a citizen of the United States and the state of Texas,
and that I will faithfully execute
and that I will faithfully execute
the duties of the office of Chief of Police
the duties of the office of the Chief of Police
for the city of Pflugerville, Texas,
for the city of Pflugerville, Texas,
and to the best of my ability
and to the best of my ability
to preserve, protect, and defend
to preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws of the state of Texas
the Constitution, laws, and the state of Texas,
and the ordinances of the city of Pflugerville.
and the ordinances of the city of Pflugerville.
I will do to the best of my judgment, skill, and ability,
I will do to the best of my judgment, skill, and ability,
truly and faithfully,
truly and faithfully,
diligently and impartially,
diligently and impartially,
perform the duties of Chief of Police
perform the duties of Chief of Police
for the city of Pflugerville, Texas.
for the city of Pflugerville, Texas.
As such duties are prescribed by law and ordinance,
As such duties are prescribed by law and ordinance,
I further swear
I further swear
that I shall diligently and faithfully
that I shall diligently and faithfully
carry out the lawful directives
carry out the lawful directives
of the duly constituted authorities
of the duly constituted authorities
for the city of Pflugerville,
for the city of Pflugerville,
and that I shall abide by conduct rules
and I shall abide by conduct rules
of the Law Enforcement Code of Ethics,
of the Law Enforcement Code of Ethics.
so help me God.
So help me God.
And it's a special presentation with the oath of office And it actually has 2 packages of Pop Rocks. Only use those in case of an emergency. Or if you need to share with others.
Okay. Thank you. Good evening, Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, and Council. I am honored by the trust that you've put in me and the chance to serve as your chief. I take this responsibility very seriously, and I consider it a privilege. Mayor, you've often compared me to Pop Rocks candy for popping into action when I got here, and I consider that a compliment.
Thank you, Superintendent Patterson. I'm not used to bending down and talking. I'm used to walking around, but I'm afraid that if I do that, you won't be able to hear me very well. But to the Board of Trustees, Superintendent Patterson, Dr. Torres, who is no longer with us, all of the administrators, students, teachers, and the leadership team who I've worked very closely with in my tenure here, as short as it may have been, it's been an awesome experience for me. This district, as you all know, means a lot to me. The most rewarding job I've ever had in my career was working as a school resource officer, so I knew how important this role was. I know for a fact that Lieutenant Featherbridge will carry that on. I will still be active. You'll still see me in the schools. I'll still be coming to your meetings. I can't let this district go. You know, you guys are my heart. I love this place so much, and these kids mean a lot to me. I don't have kids of my own, so I have thousands of them in the school district here. So without further ado, I know you've heard a lot of voices tonight. I'm not going to make you endure mine for too much longer. I will go ahead and do the swearing in for Lieutenant Featherbridge.
Congratulations.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Patrick Featherbridge,
I, Patrick Featherbridge,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully execute the duties
that I will faithfully execute the duties
of the office
of the office
of Pflugerville ISD Police Department Chief of Police
of Pflugerville ISD Police Department Chief of Police
of the State of Texas,
of the State of Texas,
and will to the best of my ability
and will to the best of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws of the United States
the Constitution and the laws of the United States
and of this state,
and of this state.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Chief Featherbridge.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Just us?
That's how we're done with me.
Get over here.
1, 2, 3. 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
Congratulations, Chief. I didn't even know y'all were here. Y'all were hiding outside. Thank you, Ray. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank my law enforcement family for being here tonight. My daughter to be here as well. I am honored to have this opportunity to serve the district as your chief. I will strive to continue to lead this organization in the path of excellence set forth by Lieutenant William Edwards and Commander Jason Smith. Over the years, I've had the pleasure of working with the fine men and women of the Pflugerville ISD Police Department, and I look forward to the opportunity to work with them on a daily basis. I will work diligently to lead this department and foster positive relationships with our students, their families and guardians, and the staff at our campuses. I also look forward to working with you as our community continues to grow and we plan for the future of our district. I am proud to serve you, and I thank you for this opportunity. Thank you very much.
This weekend we're holding our Teen Job Fair from 2 to 4 p.m. Teens ages 14 to 19 are welcome to come check out the fair, meet employers, meet some volunteer opportunities, representatives, and learn more about some local jobs here in Pflugerville. They can talk to the employers, find out about the interview process. There's a few employers that are offering on-site interviews, and fill out applications. At last year's fair, the parents and especially the teenagers were very appreciative of the chance to get to talk to some local employers and find out more about what's expected when you're applying and going through the application and interview process. This year we have 9 employers participating as well as 3 volunteer opportunities, so we anticipate an even larger turnout. For teens that want to fill out online applications while they're at the fair, we'll be giving out computer passes so they can jump on one of the teen computers and fill those out. We'll also have plenty of pens available for paper applications.
Weiss Lane construction has begun, starting with the 1-lane bridge located at the southern end of Weiss, closest to East Pecan Street. With construction underway, it's important that drivers obey the 35-mile-per-hour speed limit signs. A north and southbound traffic lane will remain open during the entire Weiss Lane construction. Please drive carefully.
I think volunteering is very important, and with programs like what we're doing, I feel like it'll help the community a lot, and by allowing students who might need the volunteer hours or who want to help the community be able to come out here during the school day, I think it is very important and it's good.
Well, as a runner, triathlete, and teacher, I feel that it's very important to give back to the community, and since so many have given to me, I feel like it's important to show the students and myself to make sure that the community is well taken care of.
Well, volunteering is a great thing to help support communities. I like being able to see how it looks in the beginning, but then how amazing it will look in the end once everyone's all done helping out and working on it.
Just making the community better for all of us as a whole.
Because it's important to help the community that you are living in so it doesn't look terrible.
Just to give back to the community and help people out.
I think volunteering is important, especially for a group of young kids like us. It's good to come out in the community, and a lot of us have busy schedules, so when we have this time set out during the school day, to come help out the community and let the community know that the younger generation really cares about it is definitely important. And also helping out the community, being with friends, meeting new people, all good stuff.
My name is James Barati. I'm Pflugerville's digital content web specialist, and I was brought on to design and build a new website for the city of Pflugerville. My understanding is we hadn't done an update since 2011, so that had been quite a while. The city hired Vision Internet out of California to help us with the design and the hosting. So my job was to bring all that together. The way I did that was I initially started out doing some user testing, which was bringing in citizens of Pflugerville and having them try to use various websites out there to see if they worked the way that we wanted our new site to work. And I took that information, the testing, I took our analytics, which is a view of what people are doing on your website, what's popular, what's not popular, and all this other data, best practices, put that together to create a wireframe, which is kind of like an architectural plan for your website, and gave that to Vision. And Vision's graphic designers worked with us, and we went through 2 full revisions of the design until we had something that we thought was really nice. At that point, we also decided we wanted to do 3 subsites, so we did those for parks, library, and utility billing to kind of highlight the best that Pflugerville has to offer for recreation, education, and customer service. And the site launched last Wednesday, March 8th. And it was a nice quiet launch, which means nothing blew up, which is exactly how you want websites to go. We're proud of the new site. It has some really nice new features. Of course, the user testing, I think, makes it very easy to use. It's very intuitive. It's not confusing. The new site is also responsive, which is just a fancy way of saying no matter what you view it on, whether it's an iPhone, an Android, an iPad, your desktop, you're going to get a great experience. And so that's really important for the accessibility of the website, that people can view it from wherever they want to view it and interact with it in whatever way they want to interact with it. It'll also be much better on the search engines, and it's certainly much more pleasant to look at. We've also made a concerted effort to integrate our social media presence, which has really been growing at the city, and also our video presence, which we've been boosting the last year.
Did you see? TxDOT installed new lights at East Pecan Street and SH 130. When construction begins on East Pflugerville Parkway, lights will go there too.
You know, the badge that we currently use right now was the original badge that Chief David Biesing created or came forward with when he created the police department. That badge has been with us ever since.
The vision started with one of our Pflugerville police officers, and his name is Officer Alex Grana.
Kind of always been detail-oriented. I noticed a lot of the other agencies looked a bit better than us as far as their badge, as far as the badge is concerned. So with that, I wanted better for Pflugerville. I wanted better for this department, and I just put pen to paper and started there. Did a little bit of research, didn't know anything about, you know, how to create a badge or anything like that, and just started making, you know, came up with a design that I liked, that I thought was professional, that would show pride in our state and our department, and just went from there.
You know, he took it all the way to the vendor. He had them actually design a new badge for us.
In speaking with Officer Grana, I asked him, I said, why did you want to create a new badge, the new image? What was your thought behind it? And he said, you know, Chief, I would go to other departments, I'd see their badges, and we had had ours for over 30 years now. And I knew we could do better. I knew I wanted more for my department. And when he spoke and gave me those words, it aligned with everything that I have been talking about.
So it symbolizes a change in the organization, a change in management, a change in the philosophy of the administration.
I'm very appreciative of, you know, Chief Robledo, Assistant Chief McLean, being supportive of the idea, and just more or less, I'm very excited that such a junior person here, you know, such as myself, was able to make such a big difference.
Well, it is the Texas Municipal Library Directors Association Award for Library Excellence. It is the 5th year that we've won this award. There are 10 criteria that libraries have to prove proficiency in, and those include technology, programming, marketing, and outreach to underserved populations. Out of the 548 public libraries in Texas, only 43 received this recognition this year. So we owe a lot of it to the support that we get from the city government and the city council, but mostly from the community, because they're the ones that are utilizing the library. So we work very hard to make sure that we are doing our best to provide services that the community needs and the community wants. So it's very nice to get this recognition. And if anybody has not been to the library yet, please come by and check us out. Well, the library this year submitted and was approved and recognized as a National Wildlife Foundation certified habitat. We have worked with the buildings maintenance staff to create a wildlife habitat in our courtyard. Some of the criteria for being named a wildlife habitat includes providing year-round water sources, and we've done that with our cistern, providing housing, and we do that with our Purple Martin housing, and providing places for wildlife to hide or to rest, and we do that with native plants. We also recently, along with the City Council's initiative, planted a lot of milkweed in the courtyard so that it provides food sources for monarch butterflies migrating south to Mexico.
East Pecan is still under construction, and Weiss Lane has begun. And on Tuesday, City Council accepted a bid to begin the plans for the Rowe Lane reconstruction project.
Cleanup Day provides a chance for Pflugerville residents to dispose of items including scrap metal, electronics, water-based latex paint, vehicle batteries, and motor oil. The event entrance is located at Railroad Avenue across from Brook Hollow Elementary School starting at 8:30 a.m. You must be in line by 11:30 a.m. to participate. Due to the expense to host this event, Cleanup Day is only available to Pflugerville residents. Residency will be checked at each vehicle, so bring a photo ID and your Pflugerville utility bill. If you have brush, tree limbs, furniture, paper, cardboard, or plastics, don't wait in line. These items can be left curbside on your regular trash pickup day. For a list of items including those you can dispose curbside, visit pflugervilletx.gov/cleanup.
Tuesday we held a public hearing seeking input from our residents regarding the use of funding we receive from the Federal Department of Housing and Urban Development, otherwise known as HUD, for our Community Development Block Grant program. Through that, we're seeking input from residents regarding the projects we've selected, including 2 of our existing projects, one of which is our youth scholarship program, which aids children in our community, helps them participate in programs at the recreation center, from dance, karate, or our fun camps. The other project is our senior center expansion at the rec center, which will expand the senior center area and is expected to begin this fall. The new project to our 2016 action plan includes improvements to Mill Creek Road. It's in the Yellow Sage area and will improve the entire extent of that roadway to its full 24 feet of pavement. The action plan is under review by residents through April 25th, when we will conduct our second public hearing. The action plan is available for viewing online at pflugervilletx.gov/cdbg, as well as hard copies available at the Pflugerville Public Library and Travis County Health and Human Services and Veterans Affairs on Foothill Farms Road.
Every 2 years, the city conducts a citizen survey to make sure our city continues to move in the right direction. The survey asks about city services and departments, facilities, downtown Pflugerville, our parks, infrastructure, and for your overall opinion on the city. You can provide your feedback online at pflugervilletx.gov. The statistical results will be presented at the April 25th City Council meeting and will be used to help outline future city projects. It's important for the city to hear from you, so the city survey was sent to a random sample of households to get your feedback. Based on the survey, 92% of residents rated the city as an excellent or good place to live, and 89% rated Pflugerville as a great place to raise children. 85% of residents are satisfied with city leadership and city management, and 73% feel the city's moving in the right direction. Areas identified that need improvement include making Pflugerville a great place to visit and work. Resident concerns are flow of traffic and congestion management and maintenance of city streets, drainage, and sidewalks. With the transportation bond projects of Weiss Lane, Row Lane, and Heatherwild underway, and with more to come, the city's working to address traffic and congestion management. In addition, residents indicate the animal shelter facility is in need of improvement, but funding has been allocated to make repairs and expand that facility this year. The 3 areas residents indicate they want the city to invest are traffic management and road widening improvements, downtown enhancements, and job development. View the survey results online at pflugervilletx.gov. In honor of our veterans and those in active duty military status, the city now offers extra perks to our military. The senior rate is now offered for individual recreation center membership. A free week at the recreation centers offered for active duty military members that are currently on leave. Pool entry, winter punch pass access cards, and season passes are offered at current senior rates. Enjoy free pool entry on Memorial Day, July 4th, and Labor Day. That's it for this week's Focus. Next month, we'll give you an update on the Deutschenfest. Keep watching Focus for all your city news.